have a competition in me. I want no one else to succeed.
MMA Fight Night Live with Jay and Sam. Let the war begin.
You're slipping, dude. Let's go. Open the lens cover on the other side. Nice. There you go. And then we good? Are you playing the Hoo-Yah again? Or no, we just staying straight with it? Because we dropped that in anywhere, right?
Yeah.
All right. Oh, yeah, there's your chair right there.
Oh, yeah,
MMA Fight Night Live. We're here. It's your boy Jay with Sam the Panda. And right now we're sitting with two very special guests. Special meaning like special on the head, like very special kids.
Short bus special.
Short bus special. But that's okay. We have Hector Urbina.
What's up?
And Justin Scoggins. He was on that show, that one, that Southern whatever, with those rednecks that get drunk all the time and do stuff. Was that the one?
No. Is it not like Buck Wild?
That was me.
Buck Wild?
My fishing show is not out yet.
Oh, okay. Beer and bass. No, from the tough. Lived in the tough house, had the whole experience.
Yeah.
With Edgar and Penn, right?
Yeah, coaches
So
Frankie and Penn.
Yeah. So we're definitely gonna pick your brain about that a little bit.
And we also have super flyweight,
Super duper fly.
UFC, Justin the Tank
Scoggins.
I had to do it like wrestling. Right?
Yeah.
Ah, yes.
It's because your name's Tank. So it's Tank.
Or Jedi Master in the house.
Yeah.
So what's up, fellas? How we doing?
Good. We just drove up from Florida actually to help out with a little seminar up here, and now we're kicking it, hanging out with everybody, chilling.
Yeah, it was a really good drive. I slept most of the time, and we stopped and got fast food, and now we're here.
And Justin, like you're from the area, I would say. Like kind of give like some people your background, because I know like you started, man, like when you were like just coming out the womb.
Yeah. When I was 3 years old, I started doing Kempo karate here in South Carolina, and it's just one of those things that you step on. I stepped on a mat and I fell in love with it. Some guys in this sport stepped on a wrestling mat and fell in love with it. Some stepped into a boxing ring, put on their first pair of boxing gloves. For me, it was, just feeling the mat under my feet and, being able to go out there and just kind of do whatever you want.
Yeah. He's like cha-chaing everywhere.
Cha-chaing.
Yeah,
That's a technique.
Hector knows about it.
Yeah.
It's Mexican, but it's still a technique.
Yeah. That's three chas. That's cha-cha-cha, right?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So
Relax, man.
Yeah. This guy cracked no smiles. Like, yeah, I can make Mexican jokes. You can't make Mexican. It's like he looked at me like you can't do that, bro.
It's all good, man.
Yeah.
So both of y'all train together at ATT, Coconut Creek? Right?
We actually live together too.
Oh, okay.
We live in a fighter house down in American Top Team. So we're roommates, we're homies, we train together, we bleed together, and we kill together.
So what's the day like? Y'all wake up, y'all sleep in the same room, same bed? What?
Well, he sleeps next to the room next to mine, and I kind of just sleep until he knocks on the door, and then we kind of go.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm the one that does not wake up.
Every morning it kind of sounds like this. Hey, El Toro, get up. It's time to go train. And then I'll hear this big groan and moan come from his room, and then we'll just, get up, go out there and bust ass all day, have some fun out in the beautiful weather in South Florida, and just getting it done, living life, having a good time.
Yeah, that's cool, man. That must be fun, living in a
Enjoying Florida. Moving from here to Florida is a big transition. So a lot different.
So what's that like? Like just being in like that environment of like you have like world champions and like some of the biggest names in the UFC in like one house. I mean, do you get to see a lot of that training with, or y'all just kind of do your own thing, or how does it go?
I mean, like the other day we were lifting, and I don't lift a lot. I just kind of like train, here and there, or whatever. And I'm working on my power a lot more this camp, and then. Robbie Lawler walks in and he's giving me compliments on lifting and getting stronger, helping myself out. Me and Tank been doing this heavy weight lifting regimen and stuff. So I mean, like, yeah, Robbie Lawler walking in, we're both welterweights. Him being the world champion definitely motivates me to completely be top of my game all the time. Scoggins too. I mean, I think he's the top like 25er in the gym. And he's knocking fools everywhere. So it's like just being in a good cell helps us out, got the same people doing the same stuff next to us, so I love it. I love champions being around.
What do y'all guys have lined up? You have something coming up soon, right? I thought, or I could be wrong. I don't know.
We're looking to get on the Mexico card right now.
Okay, yeah.
So
You too?
that's probably it.
You're on 187, right? You got to fight on 187.
UFC 187 in Vegas.
That's right, yeah.
Jones versus Johnson will be headlining that. It's got Weidman and Belfort, and I'll be taking on Josh Sampo and going out there and putting on a show. Bouncing back, ready to get myself back closer to that world title.
Yeah, man, that's good stuff.
That is good. I just saw that about who you're fighting on 187, and I was just talking to somebody last night about that 187 card, and they didn't have any idea of like all the fights on that card, and I was like, all right, get your phone out. All right, pull this up.
Yeah.
Take a look, and then their face was like, what? And I was like, okay, so if you ever buy a pay-per-view in your life, it's going to be that one.
I mean, that's going to be a great card to be at.
Yeah.
Dude, absolutely.
So it's just to be fans.
That's going to be one of those where you're going to go out there, I'm going to go ahead and get this W, and then I'm coming right back because I want to watch the rest of the stuff.
Yep, exactly. Yeah, it's always good to be on a big card because not only can you go out there, and I'm actually one of the early fights, so I can go do my thing, put on a good show, and go sit back with some buddies and just enjoy the rest of the fights.
So yeah, with that card, it's gonna be pretty incredible.
You got anything to ask? Want to ask anything?
Anything I want to ask?
Do we want to be like nerdy with the questions, or do you want to be like chill?
Nerdy with the questions?
Yeah, like we could be like, Mayhem Radio and like, so guys.
You just called them out like that.
Oh, did I say their name out loud?
Yeah.
Sorry. No, but
That's funny. That's real funny.
what's it like to be a fighter? And
Yeah.
raw? I don't know.
We like to ask this all kind of stuff. We started talking about the fight stuff, and we kind of got that out of the way. One thing we always like to ask is, you just said you like to go out there and enjoy the Florida, train in Florida, enjoy the weather and everything else, be out there on the beach. But we always like to ask, like, man, and tell the fans too, like, what do you guys do in your off time? Like every day probably has some training to it. Because you're trying to get to that next level. You're going after a title. At some point, that's where you want to be. So you have to. There's no off day, but there's downtime.
Yeah, there's downtime every day after you get done with a training session. It's always important to get right home and get a good meal in you, get your protein in you and stuff. But then between eating your meal and recovering before your next training session, which is within 4 hours or whatever, within 3-4 hours, we got downtime. So actually, I'm more of a person who likes to keep to myself, and I've been just huddled in a room during training camp, which kind of plays tricks on your mind if you do it too much. So my boy Hector's actually really been helping me get out there. He does a lot of fishing and stuff, so we've been getting outside, and we've been doing some cool stuff lately.
Deep sea fishing. Yeah.
Well, I want to become a bass pro, so I do a lot of fresh water.
Yeah. That's what I'm talking
I try to get out in the ocean, get on the boat at least once a week. Catch some salt stuff, just
We've been out there once
just
a
to
week.
get a lot of pictures. It's all about taking pictures and being outside and just enjoying your free time. Because an hour from that, you got to go back to
largemouth, smallmouth,
everything.
everything. Just go out there.
What I tell people is if there's water, I might be fishing in.
I like bottom.
Yeah.
I like the catfish and things like that.
The catfish.
I love
That's probably because you just throw it out there,
and you just
prop
have
the
to
pole
wait.
up, and just wait.
You drink,
Yeah.
bust a couple beers, get
Yep.
the grill going. Oh, look, I got a bite.
Yeah. Oh shit, my rod disappeared. I guess I just drink another
I'll
beer.
probably have a case or something, and that'd be done.
Yeah, I know, right? Next thing you wake up in the middle of on the shore, like, damn, what happened?
So in Florida, I know you being Mexican and stuff like the food in that area. I know is it hard to not eat it? Yeah.
It's not really hard, but one thing that I love about it, being Mexican, is it always comes with beans and rice. Everything in Florida comes with beans and rice. So that's awesome. There's so many Cubans and Latin American people up there, so it's very similar to what I'm used to, being with my mom and back in Texas and stuff. But for the most part, when it's camp time, it's camp time. I don't let anything interfere too much with my stuff. I mean, maybe a girl here and there, but other than that, we just kind of stay to ourselves. We lock ourselves in our house and go to the gym, come back. We have movie nights, amongst the fighters.
Cool.
Me and Tank will sit there and watch, every movie, everything.
Yeah.
Brokeback
Do
Mountain. It don't matter.
That's what I'm talking about.
When y'all on the boat fishing, do you do the scene from Titanic?
Yeah.
Do you do it? So who's holding who when your arms are out like this? Is that what it is?
Well, the last time I was at the front of the boat, but it's whatever. I mean, we're just trying to get the wind in our face.
Sounds like a good time. So
I know that's something that's about to happen. next month actually for y'all guys. It affects y'all guys. The change of the sponsorships and all the like the Reebok deals and all that kind of jive. I mean, I don't know if you can elaborate on it more, but how does it affect y'all guys a little bit?
I mean, I just kind of let management deal with that kind of stuff. Like, that's not my area at all of expertise. So I just, our managers, Monty Cox and Chaz Bowling, I mean, we got the same manager. We just kind of, for me, I kind of tossed it up to them, and I'm just like, hey, get me the money where you can get it.
Yeah.
And, if I know where loyalty lies. Like, I know people that have been there with me from the very beginning, and those people I want to make sure that I really push and I really help out and stuff. Like sponsors come and go. So
yeah. Okay. True.
Shout them out.
Yeah.
Oh man, where I'm at right now, Blake Grice's gym, High Intensity Training Center here in Anderson, South Carolina.
Oh, that's what it means. I thought we were talking about like you hit it,
hit it and quit it.
Yeah, man.
I was like, that's a cool.
Well, hell,
name.
that's what he said.
He hit it. Hey, he did say hit it and quit it. That was him.
But just guys have been there for you from the beginning. Those are the big ones. Blake Grice, Jimmy Fowler, Revolution Martial Arts, and these guys are not just people who latch onto you when you get towards the top that are acting like they knew you the whole time or that they want to support you now. Is like, I'm not worried about getting rich from this off sponsors or anything. I'm gonna make my money beating people up.
Yeah,
so if the sponsors want to hop on board, let them come do their thing. But don't wait for me to win a world title and act like you want to get on it.
Yeah,
it's good.
I'm curious, and like you're saying, you let your managers handle that stuff, and it makes perfect sense because you guys have to focus on the training for the fight. But with this new shift, maybe you could tell us, and maybe you know, maybe you don't. Like you got to wear Reebok gear out to the cage and all this other kind of stuff. You can't really have all your other sponsors plastered all over you anymore, I guess, is the way it's supposed to be. But you can still make money from those sponsors outside of the octagon. Would that be right?
I mean,
any idea?
I guess that you can like promote, via social media and stuff like that. That's a very key tool to the MMA right now. But like, you can't have it in the UFC, which in the end, I mean, like, a camp might go from 2-3 months to like a whole year,
Right.
So you might set up deals, outside of that, to help you out or whatever. But for the most part, I mean, like, my sponsors rely on like Mexican restaurants and stuff.
Yeah.
So they give me free food regardless. So
that's
I'm
also
good.
Yeah, there you go.
Loves to eat.
Real talk. Puerto Vallarta, Muncie, Indiana.
There you go.
There you go.
That sounds like a sponsor Sam would look for in a
Yeah,
heartbeat.
might be like a Panda Express.
Yeah.
That'd be sick. Though. That'd be sick.
That would work out.
Yeah. You would do it.
But yeah, guys, we appreciate y'all like taking the time out, coming down there, helping Brandon out, and taking the time, just devoting the time because you guys' schedules are real tight, focused on fighting, and we thank you for just coming on the show and chit and chatting with us for a few minutes, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah,
Thank
absolutely. We had a good time. I love South Carolina.
you. Yeah, man. Yeah.
Yeah, I really do love South Carolina. It's
Yeah.
very scenic. There's a lot of stuff to do up here.
There's a lot of freshwater fish and hit Lake Hartwell on the way out.
Oh yeah, like
Yeah.
Hartwell Illustrated.
Yeah. My fishing license expired, but we can get a new one, I guess.
It only matters if you get caught, bro.
Yeah.
That's what I heard.
But you don't want to get
We
caught.
won't
That's
be
a fu-
fishing
Yeah.
anytime soon.
We will not be fishing and not taking film of it and posting it everywhere.
You can go to Walmart. They're like what, $10, $15?
It's like $30.
It's a
Yeah.
15-day pass for like
Whoa,
$20.
whoa, $30?
Yeah.
No, the
Not unless I get a
$30
sponsor for it.
Hey, Reebok, where you at, Reebok?
You just sponsor my fishing license.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
But guys, thanks very much, man. Good luck to you.
guys.
And, you have another one?
Yeah, we want to hear one at a time here. You had to say, this is Justin Scoggins of the UFC, and you're listening to MMA Fight Night Live.
All right, we're going to get corny.
Yeah.
You got to get into the mic.
Yeah. Make it good. Use your radio voice.
Real deep. You got to get right here.
This is Justin Scoggins of the UFC, and you are listening to. I fucked it up.
No, you were good.
I couldn't remember what Fight Night Radio Live.
MMA Fight Night Live with Jay and
MMA
Sam.
Fight Night Live.
Yeah. We'll add to it. We'll add to it.
Bro, read his shirt.
Yeah.
This is UFC flyweight Justin Scoggins coming at you live from Anderson, South Carolina, and you are listening to MMA Fight Night Live.
Yeah, that's natural.
Nicely
That sounds
done.
natural. Hector, your turn.
Hector,
In
your turn.
Spanish.
Yeah.
That's gonna be hard to top.
Say it in Spanish.
Yeah,
Yeah, go ahead.
Yo soy Hector Urbina del UFC y estás escuchando MMA Fight Night Live.
All right.
Yeah.
Love it.
That was sick.